Emily was a 19-year-old girl who lived in Auckland, New Zealand. She had just started university and moved into a small rented house on Mount Eden Road. The house was old, made of dark wood, and had vines crawling all over its walls. It looked abandoned from the outside, but the rent was cheap, and she wanted to live alone. Her parents were worried, but she promised them everything would be fine. The first few days were normal. Emily went to her classes, came home, and watched movies. The house was quiet, maybe too quiet, but she liked that. Then, one night, something strange happened. She heard a loud knock at the front door. When she opened it, no one was there. She looked around, but the street was empty. She closed the door and thought maybe it was just the wind. The next night, it happened again. This time, the knock came 3 times. Knock, knock, knock. She opened the door quickly. Again, no one. But she noticed something this time. Muddy footprints on the porch. They looked like barefoot prints, wet and dirty, as if someone came from a swamp. But there was no swamp nearby. She felt a chill run down her spine. She tried to ignore it. But every night, the knocking continued. One night, it came at 3:33 a.m. When she opened the door, she saw a figure at the end of the driveway. It was tall with long arms, and its face was covered by a dark hood. It didn't move. It just stood there. Emily quickly shut the door, locked it, and ran to her room. She didn't sleep that night. The next day, she told her neighbor, an old woman named Mrs. Halley, about the figure. The woman's face turned pale. She whispered, "You live in the cursed house. That place should have stayed empty." Emily asked what she meant, and the woman told her a story from 20 years ago. A girl named Layla once lived in that house. She was around Emily's age. One night, she went missing. Her parents searched for her everywhere. Her body was never found. But after she disappeared, strange things began to happen in the house. The next family who moved in heard voices, crying, and even saw Lila walking in the halls. One night, they all vanished. Since then, no one stayed long in that house. Emily laughed nervously. "That's just a story," she said. But Mrs. Halley looked serious. "That house is hungry. It wants someone new," she whispered. That night, Emily locked all the windows and doors. She left the lights on and stayed in bed. Around midnight, she heard footsteps in the hallway. Slow, heavy, step, step, step. She grabbed her phone and turned on the flashlight. The hallway was empty. She walked slowly, heart pounding. As she turned toward the living room, she saw it. A girl stood there, wet hair covering her face, arms hanging down, clothes soaked in mud. Emily froze. The girl lifted her head slightly. Her face was pale and broken. Her mouth opened slowly, and she whispered, "Get out." Emily screamed and ran out of the house. She didn't stop until she reached the police station. She told them everything. 2 officers went with her to check the house. But when they arrived, the house looked normal. No footprints, no ghost, just silence. The police didn't believe her. They thought she was stressed or imagining things. They offered to take her to a doctor, but she refused. She went to stay with her friend for a few days. But something followed her. In her friend's apartment, the knocking returned. First on the window, then on the bathroom door, then from under her bed. When she checked, no one was there, but muddy footprints appeared on the floor. She realized something terrible. The ghost had attached itself to her. Desperate, Emily visited a local priest. He listened carefully and told her this was not a normal ghost. Some spirits are trapped, but this one is cursed. It wants to be reborn through you. Emily felt sick. What do I do? She asked. The priest gave her holy water and a small silver cross. Return to the house. Find the source. Burn it. That's the only way. That night, she went back. The house felt colder than before. Shadows moved on the walls. The air smelled like rotting wood. Emily walked room to room with her flashlight, looking for anything strange. In the basement, she found it, an old wooden box under the floorboards. Inside the box was a dress, a necklace, and a torn photo of the missing girl, Leela. Her eyes were scratched out. Emily poured the holy water on the items and lit them on fire. As the flames grew, the house began to shake. The walls bled dark liquid. Screams echoed from the ceiling. Then, from the shadows, the ghost appeared. Leela, her eyes glowing red, her mouth open wide. You can't stop it, she hissed. It's already inside you. Emily screamed and threw the silver cross at her. The ghost shrieked, caught in flames, and vanished. The shaking stopped. The house grew silent. Emily collapsed, shaking. She stayed until morning, then left and never returned. She moved to a new city, far from Auckland, but some nights she wakes up at 3:33 a.m. Her hands are muddy, her feet are wet, and in the mirror, sometimes she doesn't see herself. She sees Lila smiling back.